welcome to the one person in the chat. I'm going to start at probably right at the 3-minute mark. So what did I call this? The process of expansion. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so whoever's going to catch it later or comes in later, yeah, you just, have to catch the playback. Welcome, Miss Angela, to the chat. So yeah, I want to talk about, I want to talk a little bit about a few different things, but I want to talk about how the process goes, and like again, I want to talk about how we are, separating from people who, according to your vibration. Okay, so we see this happening a lot, even with the riots going on with the George Floyd situation, and just everything that's going on in the world. Okay, so we are still on lockdown, basically, or whatever they want to call it, quarantine, whatever. But basically, I want to talk about how every ascended master, okay, that has graced the earth, and even the contemporaries, the teachers, the sages, the oracles, we've all tried to prepare, our people for what's to come ahead of time. Okay, some people listen, and some people who are, basically those who are ego based, they choose not to listen. Okay, and by their own will they continue on their paths towards self-destruction. So this is where we see this great divide taking place, where it's becoming unbearable to be in the presence of some people. Okay, so but for the happy learner, okay, your expansion, you're basically in the process right now of expanding by rising up the spiral of ascension, by keeping your vibrations high, okay, in the midst of everything else that's going on. So right now, having 4 planets in retrograde, we're going to be going on up the spiral, continuously going up the spiral, but you may find yourself revisiting, some of the old versions of your past experience. But basically, you're when you go back over it, being on a higher part of the spiral, basically as you're rising up, you are experiencing it from a different perspective. Okay, so you may be revisiting some parts of your versions of yourself, but it's from a different an expanded version of yourself. It's from a higher perspective. So you may remember. I love you back, El Brujo. Thank you guys for stopping by. You may remember that I've been through this before. I've faced this challenge before. You know what I'm saying? But the point of it is now, like, when you're moving up the shadows, you're essentially trying to leave your shadows behind. I'm sorry, as you're moving up the spiral, you're essentially leaving your shadows behind. Okay, so I wasn't gonna get on camera, but I'm gonna go ahead and get on camera for a minute, you guys, because I feel like I channel better when I don't get on camera, but I have some stuff written down here. So I hope you guys are having a good night. I hope that you're doing well during all the chaos that's surrounding us. You know what I'm saying? I'm at peace. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that everyone else is doing well. Okay. So basically the way that we leave our shadows behind as we go up this spiral of ascension is to basically to expand beyond the shadows. Okay. Thank you so much, babe. Yeah, the bendy. Oh my God, did y'all see Jamila the other day? And I ain't even trying to get off on them, okay? But she had like a big black felt, looked like an eyeball off of a teddy bear or something, trying to make it a bendy. But yeah, welcome Mark to the chat. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you, hon. So y'all, we can talk about, you know what I'm saying? We can talk about low vibratory people, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they had pissed me off the other day, both of them, you know what I'm saying? Just going, you know, talking about the George Floyd situation and being disagreeable. You know what I'm saying? Just to throw some salt into the mix. And so I'm gonna talk a little bit about those people as well. You know what I'm saying? Because even in Jamila's last video, she's talking about how, you know, police brutality goes further than just, you know, black people. Okay, that may be true, but what is the reason for you pointing that out at this time when we talking about police brutality on a black person? Okay, so trying to I know it's ridiculous. They're both ridiculous. Okay, so so basically, we want to expand beyond the shadows. This is how you leave your shadows behind. Welcome, Mississippi Conjure. I'm glad to see everybody. Um, to expand beyond them, you basically are accepting your shadows. You're allowing them to be a part of yourself. You're not rejecting them. You are integrating them into yourself. Okay, accepting them lovingly, having a neutral view of who they are, but accepting that, yes, this is a part of myself. You know what I'm saying? And then growing beyond that. You know what I'm saying? You're basically including it, you're loving it as a part of yourself, as a part of the whole, and now you're neutral towards it because you've had that experience. Okay, and now the lessons have been integrated and you continue expanding beyond your shadows. But if you don't integrate or accept your shadows, then, you know what I'm saying, they're going to remain there because it's a part of yourself that you're hiding. So the fact that you're hiding it is what causes it to be a shadow. Okay, so when you accept it, you can accept that you integrate it again, because you take the lessons that you learn from it. You know, this is what I mean when I say take the meat and leave the bones. You want to do all of that and then expand beyond the shadows. That is how you leave your shadows in the rearview mirror. Okay, you outgrow them essentially. Okay, so you'll only be able to expand as far as your non-resistance goes. Okay, so basically what that means is that you know, your outer life, you know, may expand financially, you may expand in other ways, but if your interactions and relationships with other people, you know, is not based in love, if it's not coming from, you know, your heart chakra, if you're not open, if your heart chakra is not open, then you're not going to, you know, if you're not nurturing yourself, okay, and if you're not neutral when it comes to how other people live their lives, you know what I'm saying, if you always got something to say about, you know, how everybody else lives their lives, how they're doing what they're doing wrong. If you always are comparing and making everything about you, which is what narcissists do. Okay, if everything is a competition, if you're in that frame of mind, you're still in duality and you're not going to feel abundant. Okay, even when you do have an increase of money or whatever, you're still going to feel that sense of lack. Okay, and you'll eventually, because you feel that sense of lack, because it's a sense within your, it's something within yourself that, you know, is not being nurtured and cared for, then if you do have money or whatever you have, you'll begin to lose that. Okay, those things as well. So it's important that, you know, you nurture yourself, that you love yourself, and that you're looking out at the world through a lens of self-love, meaning I am not always judging everybody else. I'm not always thinking I'm superior to anybody. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, comparing everything and saying one thing is better than the other, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, somebody is less than or this and that. It's not all about that. You know, it's about seeing the oneness in everything. This is how you rise in vibration, is, you know, connecting with that unified field of love and light, and then you become part of the oneness. Okay, so being connected with your God self, you see oneness and unity in everything. You see the soul in everybody, which is a piece of the same God. And so you're not doing all this comparing and contrasting and competing. You know what I'm saying? So you can always tell a narcissist by the things, just listen to what they're saying. They're comparing, they're contrasting, they're saying something is better than another. You know what I'm saying? And all of these things that just indicate lack. within the self and a lack of self-love. And so when you have those things, you're not going to be manifesting abundance. Okay. And so because abundance is intimately linked to your self-worth. Okay. And if you have a low self-worth, then this is what you're going to be projecting onto other people. Okay. When you love yourself, you don't have a need to be comparing or competing. Okay. You're secure with yourself. Okay. So even if you get money and you have that sense of lack within yourself, you are not going to feel abundant. Okay. So, but when you have a generous heart that's rooted in self-love, okay, then you project love out into the world and you accelerate your ascension up that spiral. Okay. You accelerate your expansion. And so when you're not so busy opposing everything, okay, and being disagreeable for no reason, pitting people against one another, claiming one is better than the other, when you have the discipline to basically remain neutral, okay, like with the George Floyd thing, you know what I'm saying? Something told me to just remain neutral in the whole situation and observe, you know what I'm saying? Because reacting emotionally is not always it. And then you have people like Jamila and Clarence who, you know, want to come up and they just feel the need to express their, you know, I'm going against the movement. I'm going, you know, I'm going to be disagreeable. And you really, when people do stuff like this, you ask yourself, you know, what is the energy that's driving them? What is your desired outcome? Like, why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? Why did you feel the need? Because these are narcs, and I want y'all to be able to recognize them. When anytime some national news hits, or there's a national, like a crisis, or, you know, a black person or anybody has suffered like an injustice and people are doing a movement or something against it, the narcissist will come out just to try to siphon some of that energy off of the situation for themselves. Okay. They want to bring it back to themselves and make it about themselves. And, you know, because if you didn't come to support the movement, then nobody needed to know that you don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? They would have figured that out by the fact that you weren't supporting it. But they feel the need to throw their little disagreeable, you know, attitude into the mix because they want to draw some of that energy towards them. You know what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous. Okay. And so your life is fulfilled, you know what I'm saying, when when you have the discipline to remain neutral, okay, in every area of your life, and don't be worried about what everybody else got going on, trying to dictate what everyone else is doing, trying to tell somebody they magic don't work like that when they're manifesting and your walls are literally closing in on you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these people live in a fantasy world and they're not even looking at their own reality. You're trying to tell somebody who is obviously expanding right before your eyes, you know what I'm saying, that they magic don't work. It don't work like that, but it's working though. You know what I'm saying? But yours got you closing in a room that's, you know what I'm saying? You're, like I said, the walls are closing in on you. The day I think I didn't make a video yesterday and I made one the day before, and I was talking about how they had both pissed me off, and how I was just going to hand them over to my spirits to handle it. I wasn't going to do any work on them. Well, the very next day I went on Jamila's channel. This child was going through it, okay, looking tired, like she hadn't had any sleep, and literally looking like she was having a psychological meltdown, okay, and mad about the kids, talking about how she needs some time away from the kids. And I guess she was getting harassed by people that supported, George Floyd or whatever. She claimed that his spirit came through there and he was evil. So then you're throwing even more salt, okay, more fuel onto the flame, because they don't know how to raise their vibrations. The only thing that can come out of them is what's in them, okay, which is nothing but darkness, negativity, depression. They predicting more doom and gloom in the future. They never have, they never provide people with any hope. Okay, she's over there telling people that it's going to take a year or a year and a half to get the energy of protesting off of them, basically saying that they were vibrating very low when they were protesting, and it's going to take a year and a half to get that energy off of them unless they come and get a cleanse from her. So like I said, people like that, they take opportunities like this to try to siphon some of the energy that's being stirred up and use it for themselves. Okay, she's over there focused on his family, how much money his his family raised after this man died, instead of having empathy for the fact that these people are hurting. Okay. Money don't take away the hurt of losing a loved one. Okay. Maybe for a narcissist it's done because there was no love to begin with. Okay. But I ain't trying to go all into that. All I'm gonna say is that when you're fulfilled, you don't feel the need to express your disagreements, okay, with what others have chosen to do, okay. And you don't say things like, and I wish a motherfucker would, and I wish I said it, and I'm not taking it back. These are people who are inviting, who want some sort of confrontation, people who need some attention, okay? People who are jealous of the people who are getting attention, even though these people, the only reason they're getting attention is because somebody they loved was murdered, okay? And so a narcissist, I want y'all to recognize, how they operate, and how they are snakes trying to appear as butterflies, okay? Because Jamila over there talking about you've been talking to you an empath all of this time, but you have absolutely no empathy, okay, for anyone. I've never seen her have empathy for anyone but herself, okay? And that ain't even empathy, it's fake. You know what I'm saying? Playing the victim and talking about, getting stalked, and talking about, how your problems and stuff come before a bigger problem that is plaguing the Black community. You trying to say, yeah, y'all willing to give up, you get distracted from your whole purpose because of George Floyd. Ain't nobody distracted because they chose to spend a little bit out of their time to support a cause that they stand for, that they know something, that this is an issue that could affect their children going forward if it's not something that's addressed, you know what I'm saying? If it's not something that's brought to the forefront, okay? So, some people choose to fall by the wayside in life, choose not to be active and standing for anything, and you think that that's being safe, you know what I'm saying? But you're really showing your kids how to be weak and powerless, okay? And sitting up in the house worried, talking about you a spiritualist, but you're scared to go out and stand for anything, you know what I'm saying? And so it's disgusting, okay? She said the people who went out and protested, they just allowed their energy to be drained, on the count of George Floyd. And since she don't know that man, she's not going to give any of her energy to it. But you over there giving your energy to people like, what's his name? Gabriel Fernandez. You don't know those people either, but you giving your energy for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's about, like I said, it's about what you put your energy into. She was talking about how she was focused on her health and her business. It was all, I'm focused on me, my health, and my business. Okay, so you have no energy for a cause that's going to affect your sons, that's going to affect your children, that affects you. You know what I'm saying? But selfish people will always feel a sense of lack because they don't give, okay, to other people, and they don't understand that that's how you receive. You receive by giving when you understand the oneness that we're all connected into, okay? They think that they receive by hoarding, by holding on to things, and those people are the ones who are going to lose everything that they have, okay? So, she said that all the people that went to protest are sad and have a spirit on them now, okay, that has taken them several years back. So basically, you've been set back by deciding to stand for something that, you know what I'm saying, that you feel that needs to happen in order to change the world so that your children don't grow up in this same climate. She's saying that all of y'all energy was drained by that, okay? So basically, speaking curses on herself, you know what I'm saying, putting all this negativity out here, okay? What positive energy is she sharing, with anybody? I don't see why people tune in to her when all you preach is gloom and doom and fire and brimstone for the future, unless of course they pay you $1,500 for a cleanse, you know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to recognize, because the snakes and the people who are false, you know what I'm saying, they are exposing themselves, okay? Now, she admits that no one deserves to die the way that he died, okay, whether it was real or not. Where is your empathy? You say nobody deserves to die, but you ain't got no empathy for the fact that he did die. You know what I'm saying? Nobody deserves, an empath cannot stand to see people being mistreated. You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to, when we see it, we are going to get up and try to do something to make sure that it does not continue to happen, that it doesn't happen again, and that, people don't become desensitized to it, like Jamila. You know what I'm saying? So, people like that, okay? Because that's creating more and more narcissists in the world, okay? But basically, when you're fulfilled, you don't feel the need to always come in and be like, look, I don't agree with that. I mean, if it's something you don't agree with, then, just keep it moving. Allow those people to do what it is that they're doing. But the fact that you felt the need to do that is showing that you chose to throw that negativity in there. And therefore, that's why negativity is coming back to you. You didn't have the self-discipline to just remain neutral. If it's not something that you can add to it in a positive way and help to build up, then why would you put your energy into something that's going to just cause more negativity? Because the negativity ain't coming back to nobody but you. Okay? And so this is why these people are unfulfilled, because of the things that they, the energy that they, their energy expression. Okay? And so they want confrontations, you know what I'm saying? They don't see, they don't see anything. We don't see any of that type of behavior in the higher realms. Let's say that, okay? In the higher realms, this is why the people like that won't be coming. This is why they will be left behind, okay? Because nobody that's vibrating high feels the need to let somebody know, you know what I'm saying, that I don't agree with what you're doing. But when they have not asked you your opinion, and your opinion was not needed, there was no need for that. Okay. So the fact that you chose to it be, have a negative energy expression is, is the reason why you're unfulfilled. Okay. So, I mean, if you ask Jamila why she felt the need to make a video to let folks know she don't agree with the George Floyd thing, she wouldn't even know the reason, because she just wanted some attention. She just wanted some of that negative fuel off of the George Floyd situation being exploitative. Okay, that's all that is, exploiting a situation, trying to get some attention for yourself. Okay, and in doing so, you have, you have offended people's spirits, you have offended people's ancestors, and you have cursed yourself. This is what people like that continuously do. Okay, there was no need to let somebody know that you disagree with a movement. You know what I'm saying? If it's not your thing, then just keep it moving. Focus on what it is that you do want to put your energy into. Okay. What was your desired outcome for doing that? Especially for both of them. What was their desired outcome for both expressing the fact that, they just felt like he deserved to die, that he ain't special, that he shouldn't have got, his family shouldn't have been able to raise the money that they raised, and that people should not be supporting and protesting the fact that this man was murdered. Okay, so what was the reason why you felt the need to say all of that and add your negativity into it? Basically trying to siphon energy off the situation, needing some damn attention. Okay, and people like this are definitely not manifesting abundance. They're trying to take, always in the energy of taking instead of receiving. And when you take, you experience lack. Okay, so understand these people's heart chakras are blocked. Okay, and abundance is intimately connected to how you relate to yourself and also to other people. Okay, Clarence obviously don't love himself, and I'm using them as examples because these people like this are all over. Okay, he obviously don't love himself because he don't accept any part of himself, you know what I'm saying, as the pure essence of who he is. He can't accept the truth of who he is. Jamila don't love herself because she don't even comb her damn hair. Okay, she don't even comb her hair, and she accepts the utmost disrespect from men and keep coming back for more. Okay, so it's obvious that these people don't love themselves, and so there's no abundance there. Okay, they don't even leave their homes. Okay, they both broke on account of the negative energy expression that they offer to the world. Okay, so for those of you who have recently received your upgrades, okay, and you are beginning to receive, your grace, okay, your divine blessings, miracles beginning to happen in your life, to fully claim, or a lot of you have yet to fully claim. Welcome, LMCD Live. Yeah, a lot of you have yet to fully claim the abundance, okay, that you've yet to fully claim the healing that has already happened for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like you've already begun to get blessings. You've already increased a lot of things. Okay, things have begun to change for the better in your lives. Okay, and it's like um you haven't fully allowed it to dawn on you. You haven't fully accepted it yet. Okay, so basically a lot of you have to just begin to develop the courage and the self-confidence necessary to allow this abundance to become your everyday, to allow to be consistent with it. Okay, if you need more strength and courage and confidence, you can always call on the angelic realm. You all have angels. Okay, you all have ancestors. You all have spirit guides. Okay, so develop and cultivate those relationships, because they will help give you the strength and the confidence, the self-awareness that you need, okay, to be able to fully accept the abundance that's coming into your life. Okay, it's like it's basically you moving into your from your smaller self to your higher self. Okay, so when you ask for your guides and your angels to help you with strength, with confidence, with courage, then focus on looking for those qualities within yourself, because they do exist there. Okay, so they're going to be showing you. You might be put in circumstances, whatever, where you're going to be called to pull those things out. So begin to look and be aware of these qualities within yourself. Okay, you have to live authentically from your heart space and with consistency, okay, in order to feel and experience the joy and the love and light of the new earth energies, because they are here now for you to feel. Okay, so once you've cleared your karma, okay, and completed the karmic cycles that a lot of us are completing right now, okay, it'll be 9 months on the 12th of this month that I was ghosted 9 months ago. Okay, and nine is the number of completion. Okay, the father number, and it means completing a cycle in the tarot. Okay, and so I'm literally going to be doing a ritual on that night for my own releasing of that karmic cycle. Okay, how can we cultivate relationships? Okay, so the first thing you do with cultivating the relationship with spirit, Mark, is meditation, because it's going within. Okay, the spirit is not separate from you. It's not in the sky. It's within you. Okay, and so you have to shut out all outer distractions like the TV, the telephone, the tablet, the computer. Shut out all of that, and get alone, like all of the sages, all of the ascended masters in the past. Okay, and even the ones who are here. They took time alone. They went off into the mountains to meditate. They sit under a tree to meditate. They take time alone with spirit. Okay, because when you're shutting all of that out and you go within, then you begin to cultivate that relationship. Okay, you will begin to hear from spirit, your intuition. The more you cultivate that relationship, you learn to trust your intuition above all else. But the beginning of it is meditation. Okay, and being willing to set aside time to shut out all outer distractions, so that you can begin to cultivate that relationship with spirit. Okay, so the spirit is within you. Okay, so if you do not go within, then you go without. Okay, which means that you're going to go without the guidance, you're going to go without the protection, you're going to go without the abundance. Okay, that your spirit is always trying to lead you to. But it requires you to be real with yourself, to live authentically and consistently from your heart space. Okay, and when the more that you live from your heart space, okay, and you begin to feel that joy that's in the higher realms, because literally the worlds are overlaid one another right now. Okay, so the new earth energies come when you've cleared that karma. Once you've cleared those karmic cycles, you literally enter into the fourth dimension, which is a transitory dimension. Okay, I heard somebody say that you live in the fourth dimension. Nobody lives in the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is like a dimension that we pass through. Okay, Mr. Man Blonde Wig with big we can discuss that a little bit later too. But once so basically imagine clearing a karmic cycle. So let's imagine it as a circle, right? And then once you've cleared that's karma on one level, you begin to rise in the spiral. So it's still a circle, but you're going upward now. Okay, which is why it may feel like you revisit some old versions or of yourself, or some old, versions of things that you've already experienced, but it's from a different perspective. You go through, it's like you revisit, it's like, I've been through this before, I've seen this before, I've faced this challenge before, but now I'm stronger, better, and wiser. You see it from a different perspective, a higher perspective. So before, you were on this level and now you went up, so you may revisit it, but now you're seeing it from a higher perspective, from a bird's eye view. Okay, so that's how the cycle, the spiral of ascension goes. Okay, you can come out of that. So like when I'm talking about the little man on the motorcycle in my dream, he was earthbound, he was on the earth, and he was in hypnotic rhythm going around on a motorcycle. Okay, so in order, once you complete your karmic cycles, see, people in hypnotic rhythm, they don't do their work, so they never complete it, they just keep going around on that same level. But once you've completed your karmic cycle, you complete that circle on that level, and then you're allowed to go up to the next and the next and the next. Okay, so it's a cycle, it's a spiral of ascension. Okay, and so once you complete the cycle on the 3D level, then you're entering into the fourth dimension, which is a transitory dimension that helps you get to that next level. Okay, and so once you get to that, once you've completed that cycle, you close up that circle, okay, on that level, and you're standing on the outer edge, okay, of the culmination of your experiences in this realm. Okay, which is where a lot of us are right now. A lot of us have completed karmic cycles. A lot of us have completed past life karma, and as well as generational karma. A lot of us have completed a lot of negative cycles of karma to clear things like poverty consciousness, abusive cycles, or whatever, things like that from our bloodline, so that going forward, the bloodline is experiencing a better quality of life. Okay, so basically, once you complete that circle on 3D, the circle closes up, meaning I never have to go through none of that shit again. Okay, and it closes up, and then you're standing outside of it, okay, for a minute. That's the fourth dimension, that transitory dimension where you're outside of that circle and you're in between. Okay, it's like you're in the circle. Okay, you have to be fully present in this moment when you complete these cycles. Okay, and fully present in the moment, and in your willingness to be neutral, okay, holding on to nothing from the cycle that you completed, letting go of everything that you were told to let go of. That's what closes the circle up. Okay, once you've let go of all of that, you begin to create, because you're outside of the physical realm, you're outside of all of your 3D experiences. So it's the culmination of all of those things that closes that cycle and pops you outside of that dimension into the fourth dimension, where you're standing between spirit and matter. Okay, you're standing between the realm of spirit and the realm of the physical realm. Literally, you become the bridge between the higher realms, heaven, okay, and earth. Okay, the higher realms and 3D. The fourth dimension is the realm in between. You stand in the fourth dimension, and you make of yourself a bridge between those realms. Why? Because you are the conduit, again, to bring heaven down to earth. Okay, so you make a bridge of you with your body, with your heart space, between those dimensions. This is why it is necessary to clear that karma. Okay, because once you clear it, it pops you out of that cycle, that 3D realm, and you're able to be a bridge between heaven and earth. Okay, and to bring heaven energies into the earth. Okay, so I hope that it's making sense, y'all. I'm giving y'all what I have, the visual that I have in my mind. Okay, so basically, by choosing what you give your attention to, okay, you either extend your boundaries. Okay, so you extend yourself beyond what you know to be something more than what you've known. Okay, or you continue running around on hypnotic rhythm. Okay, so when you extend your boundaries of being, okay, via your energy expression, you extend the quality of your frequency. You're basically making yourself bigger, you are beginning to rise. You know what I'm saying? Your perspective is going to change. So either you're going to expand, okay, by extending yourself beyond your comfort zone, or you're going to continue running around in circles. There's no other choice at this point, because we've reached the point where either you're going to complete your karmic cycles and pop yourself out of that realm to continue rising to the higher realm, or you're going to be stuck on that realm, just going around in circles of repetition. Okay, and repetition is hell. Okay, so like Clarence and Jamila, okay, those are people whose frequencies never rise, the content never changes. Okay, and so those people, they're earthbound. Okay, so they're basically, their energy expression never changes. Okay, one of them is always complaining, playing the victim, and always unhappy. The other one is always hating and extremely miserably jealous of everyone. And so that is their energy expression, that is their overall disposition, and that determines the world that they live in. Okay, and so by your energy expression, you choose, create, and experience your own heaven or hell. Okay, so it's totally up to you. Okay, I talked about the divine feminine, and how in my reading, in the divine feminine masculine reading that I did, I talked about how the divine feminine couldn't see what was up ahead, but you know what's up ahead because you're creating it, you're writing it. Okay, and so this is what I was talking about as far as uh standing between, making that bridge between the higher realms and the physical realm. Okay, you know, because you're creating it. Okay, so you're basically standing on the edge, okay, of what is known, and ready to take a leap of faith into what is unknown. Okay, and you have to, like I said, when you're ready to do this, you have to be willing to be fully present in the moment. Okay, when it's happening, because this is what narcissists do. They vacate, even they may be present for something physically, their mind is not there. Okay, they use escapism, they do everything not to be fully present in the moment. But only when you're fully present in the moment can you really make some real changes. And you know what I'm saying, and actually use alchemy to literally change your world. Okay, and so the divine feminine is on the leading edge of, we're ready to do this. We've done our work, we've completed our karma. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you don't realize that you're in between dimensions right now, and that you literally can bring your blessings down. But some of you, even though you are already bringing the blessings down, you don't realize that that's what you're doing. But if your territory has increased in any way, it's because if you've been doing your work, okay, and you've been on this path and you've done your work, then the fact that your territory is beginning to increase is indicative of the fact that you have completed a karmic cycle, and now you're beginning to rise in vibration. Okay, and so that leap of faith, with that willingness to be fully present in the moment, allowing life to just be spontaneous, fluid, continuously being rewritten and reinvented by you. You know what I'm saying? You're living with a renewed appreciation for life. Okay, understanding how preciously temporary, okay, and beautiful that life really is. Okay, when you have reached this space of true appreciation and gratitude for life, then you are in the process of merging heaven and earth. Okay, because again, you are the conduit, you stand between them. And as you're feeling the feelings of gratitude, appreciation, and love, this is the energy of heaven coming through you to this realm. Okay, so you're physically in this realm and spiritually in that one. Okay, so you are literally fully human and fully divine. Okay, if you allow yourself to be fully present in the moment, and to realize that. Okay, so we're all operating on different timelines. Okay, so different people will have these realizations at different times. Some of you are right here with me, and I noticed that I get the stuff a little bit ahead of you guys. Okay, so just a little bit, like it maybe only be a day or two, a week or two. You know what I'm saying? So if you have not um Yeah. Okay. So, if because people are on different timelines. Okay. So those of us who have shifted, we've left some of those people. Um, on the old timeline. Okay, so a lot of people who have been left behind don't even realize it yet. Okay, they still, like I said, playing the victim, still complaining, still beefing, still hating, still seething with jealousy, still vibrating very low, earthbound. Okay, they don't understand that you have to change your energy expression if you wish to ascend. Okay, if you wish to change, if you wish to have a different experience, and they can't do that. Okay, they said this is why they can't come. Okay, so how is it, basically moving between you can move between timelines as much as you want, and you do this by choosing your energy expression. So like if I want to choose, what I'm saying, to vibrate very low and be in that um to be in the frequency of fear, like a lot of people are, wearing masks and afraid to be close to one another, afraid to even visit your own family, then you can choose that. Okay. But you can also choose to, in your mind, to feel that this is not even real and enjoy the beautiful sunshine outside, enjoy your family. Okay. And vibrate, on a level that makes you immune. Okay, to these energetic inflows, because basically I'm gonna make a whole nother video about 5G and the fifth dimension. I'm gonna make a whole nother video about that. But basically everything on the planet is receiving an upgrade. Okay, and so those who cannot acclimate themselves to the higher frequencies of love and light will definitely be left behind. Okay, and so yeah, these people who are still trying to start stuff and throwing salt in and being disagreeable, those people have been left behind and they don't even realize it. Okay, the alchemy of your focused attention is how you transcend timelines, dimensions, and levels. How you raise yourself up on that spiral of ascension. Okay, through the alchemy of your focused attention. Okay, so we are all free to choose our world by choosing what we give our attention to, right? And so, like I said, when the whole thing came out with George Floyd, because I know how emotional I get about things. You know what I'm saying? How upset it can make me. It didn't make me sad. Okay, like Jamila tried to say, it didn't make me sad. It made me angry. Okay, so if I go in there and I get angry and I go on my altar, then a whole bunch of shit's gonna get tore up that I may regret later. Okay, so I said, let me sit back and keep a clear head and observe and see what's going on. Okay, let me remain neutral. Okay, and that you can't say that coming out and saying, well, I don't agree with it and I think he was a bad person and these are his crimes and it's white people stuff happened to them too. Things that ain't even necessary to be said right now. That's not remaining neutral. That's throwing salt in the game. That's being negative. And so because of your negative energy expression, you will have negativity coming back to you. This is how people get caught in the loops of hypnotic rhythm. They run in their damn mouth, diarrhea of the mouth. Okay, why is it coming out of you? Because it's in you. It's who you are. And so the more you keep speaking them curses on yourself, honey, the more you can keep running around in them circles, getting hit by karma after karma after karma until you figure it out. Okay. And for most stupid narcissists, it takes several lifetimes for them to figure it out. Okay. So you can move between these timelines as much as you choose, but why would you choose a world that you don't want to be in? Okay, why would you choose an energy expression that you don't feel, that you don't want to be seen as? You know what I'm saying? That you don't want to experience. And so for those who are doing the real work, okay, your cycles of upliftment will continue. Okay, the biggest cycles are going to happen over the next 18 months. Okay, where because the planet is in the center of a galactic band, in the center of the galactic band, over these right now and over these next 18 months. So you're going to have the greatest spiritual downloads that you're going to get. Your gifts are going to be activated. Your territory is going to be increased. Okay, streams of universal love and light that are greater than any that we felt yet are going to be coming in. Okay, and those who cannot match those higher frequencies are not going to make it. Okay, so what you do with this info is absolutely your prerogative. Okay, I just thought that I'd share it. Okay, so being submerged in such diversity like we have on this planet, okay? You know, being your authentic self, okay, and having clarity of mind and the courage to trust your own intuition above all else is going to be your key, okay, into the higher dimensions. Your strength and your willingness to bring your mission to life, okay, to breathe life into your divine mission, is going to be your key to continue your ascension, okay? These things determine how much you'll be allowed to participate in creating the new earth, okay? And how much new energy and how much newness that you get to experience, okay? The most potential for change lies in the areas of your greatest limitations, okay? And so look at the greatest limitations in your life and then ask yourself, what ways can I change it? Okay, those are the greatest potential for change, where you have created the most limits. And so don't look at those limits as a curse, but look at them as an opportunity. Okay. Because everything is going to be upgraded, okay? All the places where you have limitations will be, you know, become unlimited, okay, if you allow this process to happen and don't resist it, okay? Living in the new earth is a literal act of conjure, okay, or a literal act of invention, an act of literally writing the story, okay? And so it's very fluid, okay, very fluid, and it changes with your energy, okay? So you'll be presented with many opportunities to change, okay? Your higher self is going to guide you, okay, if you allow it to. The more you allow your spirit to guide you, the more firmly you're going to be planting yourself, your feet in the higher dimensions. The more you'll find yourself not coming back. The more you'll find yourself remaining high and keeping a high vibration, okay? So, you know, allow your spirit to guide you, okay? Because the more that you firmly plant yourself as in that space between dimensions, where you are the bridge, okay, and bringing, you know, heaven energies from the higher realms to the earth, okay? So, you know, you have to cultivate that relationship with your higher self, with your own spirit, okay? And again, this starts with meditation, okay? Because, you know, you have to prepare yourself, because your job is to bring these energies in, okay? So it's basically you right now, of those of you who have been doing your work, you are fully human and you're fully divine, okay? And so in this realm, we are not healing, okay? In this realm, we are healed, okay? And so in this realm, everything is fluid. This newness is going to look different for everyone, okay? Depending again on where you are on the timeline, okay? So you just personally allow it to be whatever it is for you with no resistance, okay? Look for the perfection in every experience or interaction that you have with other people. If you're doing these things, then you're acclimating yourself to the higher frequencies and becoming a powerful co-creator, okay? Mother and Father God are seeking the people who are willing to become a pure, undiluted, undistorted expression of the essence of their purity, okay? And so purity means something that is only itself and nothing else, okay? So you ain't coming in with no fakeness, no ego, no pretentiousness. You're being pure, the pure essence of Mother and Father God, okay? You know, basically, you know, so can you live, you know, as purely you? They're just asking you to be real, be authentic, okay? And you know, just be yourself and not care what other people think. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that Mother and Father God are looking for as the chosen ones, who are not, you know, worried, who don't care what other people think, who have enough courage to step forward and express yourself in a way that maybe no one else has before. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these are the people, the ones who are willing to be a pure expression of the pure essence of Mother and Father God. Every aspect of the world is in the process right now of receiving an energetic upgrade, okay, into pure expression of its essence, including you. Okay, so don't be alarmed by the changes that you're being warned about ahead of time. Okay, this is why I'm telling you guys what's coming. It's going to be beautiful going forward if you don't resist the process. We've done Like the hardest work, the hardest part, the most difficult part of this journey is behind us now. Okay, so the changes that are coming are changes that we all have longed for. Okay, um, the changes are first going to happen very quietly within you. Okay, and then it'll be reflected as an expansion of your, your outer world, an expansion of your experience in the physical. Okay, so humanity as a whole is returning to the experience of being multidimensional. Okay, and so some of you may be remembering past lives. You may be remembering parallel lives. You know what I'm saying? You may be traveling in the astral more than you normally was because, again, you are being given access to your own personal Akashic record, which is the record of the life of your soul. Okay. And, you're beginning to wake up aspects of yourself that have been lying dormant, waking up gifts and, talents and gifts that you had forgotten that you had. And this is the process of remembering. Okay. Putting back the God puzzle, putting the God puzzle back together. Okay. And so as you return to, multidimensionality, from within the experience of, basically you're becoming spiritual while you becoming your spirit while you're physical. So becoming fully human and fully divine and multidimensional all within the experience. Okay, working our way out of the matrix. Okay, from within it. Okay, so it hasn't been done this way before. Okay, so once we work our way out of that matrix, we work our way out into the universal oneness of all life. Okay, and like I said, you're already halfway out of the matrix when you pop yourself out of those karmic cycles, and now you're in the fourth dimension, working as a bridge between the fifth and the third. Okay, bringing those energies through your heart center into this world. Okay, and so the collab, okay, of God's plan being played out by humanity, okay, with the earth, is extremely exhilarating to Mother and Father God. Okay, and so your ability to be loyal to yourself moving forward into these higher realms, to be real with yourself, is going to be directly related to your ability to be fulfilled in the new earth. Okay, and so I just wanted to come and talk about that a little bit because, like I said, I'm watching people who claim to be spiritually inclined, who claim to have the knowledge and wisdom, literally cursing themselves and binding themselves to the earth by continuing to resonate and on that frequency. Okay, instead of choosing to expand beyond their comfort zone, because they're most definitely comfortable being miserable. Okay, because they like I said, their energy expression never changes. Okay, and so if you are ready to rise on that spiral, then be willing to change your energy expression. That is fully within your power. Okay, but it does take spiritual work. It takes going within. It takes trusting your intuition. It takes cultivating that relationship with spirit. Okay, so I may come back, you guys. I want to play bingo. Okay, so if anybody wants to play badass bingo, let me know. I'm still willing to be up tonight and play it. If not, we'll play tomorrow. Okay, but check it out. If you guys don't know how to play, there's a video on the channel that shows you how to play, and I'm going to do a pre-schedule of when we can play it. And I need all 15 of those numbers to be taken up, so I need people to participate so I can pay out some money. Okay. So if you're in the private group, lesson 6 of the Emerald Tablet, I think we're on 6 or 7. I don't know. The next lesson will be up in Oshun Aje exclusive or Badass Witch exclusive tomorrow. Okay, and also the next Dissecting the Devil is going to be out tomorrow. Okay, so you guys come out and play bingo. Okay, it's a way to win some money and have some fun and to keep our vibes high during quarantine. Okay, and what else is going on? Check out the Badass Magic Shop. I've added a lot of new items in there. I have a lot of new other stuff coming. Check out the No Narc Network Survivor Shop. Okay, I have No Narc Network here in there. And again, if you want to support the channel, the Cash App and PayPal links are in the subscription. If you want to support even better, become a member of Oshun Aje exclusive or Badass Witch exclusive on Patreon and Subscribe Star. Okay, if you guys are interested in your your tarot readings for your sign, your love and relationship readings. Check out Badass Tarot too. Okay. And until we meet again, my people, keep it classy, keep it clean. Okay, Mark. Yeah, check out the channel. Either I may come back tonight if I get enough people that say they want to play. If not, we're going to do it tomorrow, and I'll pre-schedule it. So just check out the channel, and you'll be able to see a pre-schedule for bingo, and just show up. Okay. So it's a lot of fun, and we actually going to play for some real money. So I usually started off by just giving away some money, and then we all, invest and we give away some money. So it's a lot of fun. So until we meet again, you guys, I hope that you did get something from this that will be truly helpful for you guys on your journeys. Thank you again for sharing this time and space with me. I really appreciate you guys. Peace. We were listening to, before I go, because I see that I noticed that a lot of other people have started to act like, they've been doing this. I can't say that it's just, what is the word? Disheartening to see how people don't really think for themselves. I mean, everything I do, everyone else wants to copy it. Like, I want to see some new energy expressions, okay? But anyway, you guys, this is 639 hertz, pure positive love energy, miracle tone healing music. This is Meditative Mind. Relax, my people. Peace.